It's time for the Squawka comparison. Some big moves on deadline day. We've got some great centre forwards in the Premier League. The question is, who is the best? Squawka Dave. We've got Falcao versus Sturridge versus Aguero versus Costa. Talk us through it.
I'm going to go with Aguero. For me, pound for pound, the best striker in the Premier League. On the comparison matrix, which you'll probably be able to see, you're looking at per 90 metrics, so it's taken into consideration minutes played. Aguero obviously had a lot. He was injured for quite a lot of last season, but when he was playing, he was phenomenal. He scored a goal every 90 minutes on average, registering 17 goals in the Premier League and 6 assists. So for me, he was probably the best striker in the league, I'd say. Okay, I mean, Daniel Sturridge was the top English goal scorer in the Premier League last season, second top goal scorer overall. Where does he fit in that four for you?
In that four, I'd probably say third.
Third, okay.
I'm probably going for Costa at the top. From the start that he's made, and from going from last season, everyone never knew. Well, we didn't know whether he was going to fit in well in the Premier League, but he seems to.
So far, so good.
So far, so good, and you know he's powerful. He's a powerful forward, and he knows where the back of the net is. So I'm going with him.
Okay, you mean Costa seems the natural successor to Didier Drogba in many respects, doesn't he? He's that complete, almost centre forward.
But he's technically better, I think, as well.
Really?
And he can dribble too, and he can wind opponents up.
Definitely.
So, you know, you're looking at someone who's going to win more fouls, I think, as well. That's something that's going to bear out over the season. I have to go back to what Dave was saying about Aguero, though. You know, he's the most naturally gifted of, you could argue, of pretty much any centre forward in the world. And the fact that he can come back from injury and just make an impact straight away, or come on as sub and make an impact straight away, especially when you've got a squad where you've got the competition in Manchester City, is a huge asset. Yeah,
okay. What about Falcao, though? Obviously, he's coming in on deadline day. He's got a fantastic reputation as a goal scorer behind him. We've yet to see him play in the Premier League, of course, but does he have what it takes, and what kind of stats does he bring to the table?
I'd say so, yeah. So far, he played 129 minutes in Ligue 1 this season, scored twice. One of the goals was from the spot, but he was a bit part player at Monaco, sort of obviously trying to engineer a move away, but I think he's going to bring goals in the Premier League. I think he scored 31 goals in 33 Europa League appearances. So if Man United get back to the promised land of the Europa League, then you know he's the man to score. I think he broke Jurgen Klinsmann's 15-year record, scoring 17 goals in 2011-2012 Europa League. So he's got calibre.
Okay, so who are you going for out of them? Who's going to be top goal scorer this season? You sticking with Aguero?
Yeah, I'd say Aguero. If you're looking back at the stats with Sturridge, I think he's taken 13 shots in the Premier League this season, 8 of them coming from outside the area. So he's maybe trying too hard a bit. Like for me, he's sort of dropping out of form. He is a form striker, I'd say, where he'll go in and out of form. And at the moment, maybe he's trying a bit too hard, and Balotelli may have to pick up the slack on goals, or even Sterling at the moment, I'd say. Okay, great. Emil, what do you think? Sergio Aguero for top goal scorer this year?
I'm still going to stick with Costa, but I think he'll be pushed by Aguero. Aguero is a natural finisher. I love the way he plays. He's got that low centre of gravity, and he's one of those players that annoys you a little bit because he's taking 15 steps to your one, but he's gone past you. He's gone past you already before you even turned.
Yeah.
He's one of those players. He's a great player, but I still want to stick with Costa.
Outstanding. Well, I want to know your thoughts on that. Don't forget as well, if you want to run your own comparisons, you can use the Squawka comparison matrix on squawka.com.
Well, for the wow factor, Di Maria, Falcao.
So where do Man United get in on?
Falcao.
Southampton fans rise up against Andy Brassel.